Good morning, Hamad. Good morning, Daksh. Good morning, Ashika.
Good morning, ma'am.
How are you people?
Ma'am, a lot fine.
A lot fine, Hamad. What do you mean a lot fine?
Ma'am, very fine.
Ma'am, I don't know even.
And then even though you are speaking.
Ma'am, I am not joined with you.
Good morning, good morning. A very good morning to all of you. So children, yes, today we have to begin with market around us,
Yes, ma'am.
right? A very easy chapter it is, and we won't take up reading for this chapter as we have to finish it now. So we'll just do it quickly. And similarly, we're not going to do all the questions of this chapter. We'll be doing few questions only, which I'll make you mark, right? So shall we begin without wasting a minute?
Can I share my work of chapter 9?
Yes, yes, you can share that in the group. I'll check it later. Okay. Right now, I think we should begin. Right, kids? Shall we begin? Everybody ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The market around us is a very easy chapter, and I think you people will be able to relate with it because we all have been to market. We all are familiar with what markets are, what kind of markets are. Yes, Amma?
Ma'am.
Right. So as we all know that markets are those places where Hamad, can you please mute yourself now?
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Krishna.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. So as we know
Good
that
morning,
markets are good morning, everyone. Right? So
Ma'am, yesterday, ma'am, I sent you the PDF.
yes, I checked that, Krishna. Seen that. Right? So yes. So we are beginning with chapter 9 of
Excuse me, ma'am.
yes.
Ma'am, can I send you my work in the evening?
Yes, of course you can.
Okay, ma'am.
Anything else, anyone?
No, ma'am.
Shall I begin with it? If people are done.
Yes, ma'am.
We can easily complete the chapter.
So, but for that, need to be quiet and listen to me, no? Only then we will be able to complete the chapter. Otherwise, we'll be stuck here. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So, as we know that markets are those places where we go to buy goods and services for daily needs, right? And it's a place where buyers and sellers meet and traders carry it out, right? Like what is trade? Where buying and selling of a product is known as trade, right? Now there are few agents of trade like buyers, sellers, traders, right? Buyers, sellers, trade and traders, right? Buyers are also known as consumers, right? So people who manufacture the goods or services are known as producers, whereas the people who consume the goods and services are known as consumers.
Traders.
No, the people who consume are known as consumers, but the people who bring the goods from the producers to the consumers are called traders. For example,
Traders.
you all must have eaten dairy milk. Everybody has eaten dairy milk,
Yes, ma'am.
right? So
No,
dairy milk is produced in a factory, right? So the company which is producing Cadbury is the manufacturer, right? Which is producing dairy milk, right? You and me, what do? We consume it. We directly eat
We
it,
are customers.
right? We are customers or consumers, but the person who's purchasing the dairy milk from the factory and bringing it
Wholesaler.
to us, they are known as traders. Now there are various type of traders which we'll talk about. There are wholesalers and retailers as well. So now first talk about the types of market. If we talk about types of market, then there are weekly markets, then there are shopping malls, and
Yes, ma'am. I'm like weekly market.
then there are neighborhood shops, right? We all have few shops in our neighborhoods. Do you have some shops in your neighborhood?
Yes, ma'am.
Right?
Ma'am, in weekly market on Sunday mostly.
Yes, weekly markets are basically held on those days when the main market is off, right? As we know that
Like Thursday and Sunday.
yes, basically like if I talk about Bareilly, in Bareilly the main market is off on Thursday. So here they like there's a weekly market here which is known as Thursday market. Now, why? Because the people who put up their shops in the weekly market, do they have permanent shops, children?
No,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am.
No, they do not
Ma'am,
have
the
permanent
chain.
shops. Right? They do not have permanent shops. They just set up their shop for the day, and by the end of the day, they take out everything they have and they place those things at their home. So these kinds of shops are known as makeshift shops. What do we call them?
Makeshift.
Right.
Ma'am, makeshift.
Right. So,
Ma'am, can you tell me one thing?
yes.
Ma'am, ma'am, weekly markets, ma'am, ma'am, when the weekly market is over, ma'am, at the end of the day, ma'am, what they do with their products?
What they do with the products? They pack the products and take them back to their home.
Ma'am, so ma'am, it is kept, ma'am, till another Sunday.
Hanji, yes. Now, when the next time when they'll be coming, the next week they'll bring all the stuff again. They'll make their shop again and they'll put everything there. Right? They do not have that much money to have a permanent shop, because then if you have a permanent shop, like if you see at the last line of page number 125, like 259, they have given huddled together. These markets are makeshift markets. Can you see the last line of the page? They're known as makeshift
Yes, ma'am.
markets because they set up their shops around the afternoon, close them by the late evening, right? And you can get everything there: groceries, clothes, gadgets, household items,
Utensils.
everything is available in these markets as well, right? And at some places you'll also find hawkers, right? Hawkers sell the food items, hawkers and vendors, right?
Who are hawkers?
Hawkers आवाज लगा के जो सामान बेचते हैं ना, ये ले लो वो ले लो, right? They are known as hawkers. Got it now? The people who
Yes,
have some
ma'am.
carts and they take their carts and they go to various places and sell their products. They are known as hawkers or vendors, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So, and they also, the food items which they sell in the weekly markets, they do not have they have not hired any laborers to do that. They prepare these food items by themselves. Why? Because they
home.
do it so because they do not have much money. They don't have enough money to hire people to cook for them, to work for them. That is why they use their family members only, right? So that's how the weekly markets are arranged. And the things that you find in the weekly markets are very cheap. Why? Because they do not have a permanent shop. They do not have to pay the rent. They do not have to pay the bill, the electricity bill, no taxes. That's why we get cheap products there, right? They're not very expensive. Yes, Daksh?
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
but things
if
are
the
not, ma'am,
person-
branded or company.
Hanji?
Ma'am, but ma'am, the things are not, ma'am, of
Yeah,
any
you do not
brand.
get
or-
branded products in the weekly markets, right? That's one thing. Yes, Daksh?
Ma'am, I am saying that the weekly market who persons are there. So, ma'am, if they weekly market almost 5-6 years and they have a lot of money, so they now means will the permanently shops.
You do not get, no, even if they're working, people are working from like 50 years, 10 years, so they do not get that much profit, no, and they do not have that much money to set up a permanent, like permanent, setting up a permanent shop needs a lot of money. It's not as easy as you think of having, right? You need to give a lot of money to
Ma'am,
the
70,000 rupees.
70,000 is nothing. It's just nothing. 70,000 something goes to the rent of permanent shops. You know that?
Oh,
Shop
sorry,
for
ma'am,
rent.
sorry. Ma'am, 17, ma'am, 55 lakh, ma'am.
around something you will get a shop for, right? So it's very expensive. Now the thing is that goods which are available here at cheap prices, plus they all also offer us one service, which is of bargaining. Now, can you go to the mall and bargain there that bhaiya please thoda kam kar do na?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
I mean the
Ma'am, they are
road
fixed
shops
price.
we can bargain.
We can bargain in the weekly market shops in our neighborhood shops, but we cannot bargain in the mall or the shopping complexes. There they have the
Yes, ma'am.
prices fixed, right? And because of the competition in the weekly markets, the bargaining thing also increases because they say, "Bhaiya, aapko dena to do, and I will take it from another shop," right?
Yes, ma'am.
And that is when
Ma'am, like
even
in car
if
showroom.
they have quoted something for 500, we tell them, "Bhaiya, please 250 ka do na," and they at times they give it for 250 as well. Have you seen it? Like, even if you quote just half of the price, then also they'll give it to you. Right? Can you hear me, children? Kids, am I audible? Am I audible, kids?
Mud.
And
Good
that
morning,
is-
ma'am.
Wow, very good, Siddharth and Yash. As soon as ma'am entered, videos are off. Wow,
Good
Sorry.
morning, ma'am.
very good, Yash. Very good.
Ma'am, all are talking.
I saw
Good
that.
morning, ma'am.
Ma'am, Krishna is also talking.
Yes, ma'am.
That's very
Good morning, ma'am.
Ma'am, all were talking.
Ma'am, can
Ma'am,
I audible to
ma'am,
you?
where are you gone?
Ma'am, everyone is.
Everybody is audible to me.
Good
Ma'am,
morning,
everyone
ma'am.
was talking. Ma'am, even me.
मैं तो कह रहा हूँ
Ma'am, you are paused in between.
I
Yes,
know
ma'am.
meeting
Ma'am,
got
you got disconnected.
Ma'am,
due
that's
to
why saying मैं शाम को 6 बजे खेलने आ जाऊंगा.
और मैं पीलीभीत
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, his mic was on. And ma'am was saying, अभी दूध पी लेता हूँ. मैम आ जाएंगी.
एंड कृष्णा वाज सेइंग मुझे भी एक ग्लास दे देना.
keep it up. Wonderful. Surely, let's get connected to the class again. I hope you
Yes,
people
ma'am.
are as interested in the class as you were in your chats. Are you into the class? Yes, I have seen
Yes,
Yash
ma'am. All.
first time in the online classes. For the first time, he has turned
Mama.
his video on. That too when I got disconnected. So like same goes for Siddharth Pratap Singh. Am I audible to you, Siddharth? Up to ma'am audible.
Yes, ma'am.
Now ma'am audible only. Now you won't be able to hear ma'am, right, Siddharth?
मैम
Ma'am, I'm able to hear you.
Achha, you're able to hear me.
And ma'am, that's
Ma'am.
why
Ma'am, I
saying
was sending the link on group, ma'am, because I
Ma'am.
was asked.
Oh, really?
मैम
Yes,
मैम Ibad was saying again good
Hold
morning,
on,
good
hold
morning
on.
when you joined.
I know. I know that.
Ma'am, can we start?
Yes, let's start. So the thing I was saying is that because they have very like competition, no, like we said that you have to give it, like we also asked them to, if we ask them to give 500 things, like something which is a 500, if we ask these people to give us at half of the price, at times they do give us at half of the price,
सारा भाई.
isn't it? Has it ever happened to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Right?
And
Yes, ma'am.
somewhere it is written
If
fixed price, ma'am.
we will
on
not
some
give it to
shop.
them, then the other person can give. There's so much of competition because it's a competition only they give, right? So that is something which we do not find in the malls and shopping complexes, which we can offer get only in these shops. Okay, these weekly shops and neighborhood shops. Now, if we talk about shops in the neighborhood,
Ma'am, baby is crying.
what?
Ma'am, dog baby is crying.
The puppy, ma'am, saying.
Puppy is like
Right. Now let's talk about the shops in the neighborhood. Now, if we talk about shops in the neighborhood, in a neighborhood, there are various kinds of shops, from cosmetics to grocery, confectionery, right? So these shops are located near our homes and
Ma'am, it's also.
they are available throughout the week, right? These shops are open
Ma'am,
throughout the week. Yes.
yes ma'am. अरे
ma'am,
Yes.
who are?
मैम इबाद इधर.
Somebody sitting in the zoo.
Ma'am, like monkey voice is coming.
Ma'am, like my puppy has seen the ghost.
No, ma'am, it's puppy.
Now, Ibad, ma'am is doing, ma'am, Ibad had done.
Ma'am, I think monkey voice.
No,
ma'am.
puppy.
No puppy, not cry this.
अरे मैं
all have to
घर
do
पे
it.
puppy है.
Ma'am, what happened?
Yes, kids.
Ma'am and mute. Ma'am and mute.
Yes, children.
Oh, ma'am is come.
I was able to hear each one of you, right? So I was talking about the daily shops which we have in our neighborhood, and these shops are the kinds of shops which have all sorts of things like cosmetics, grains, eatables, and stationery, right?
Ma'am,
And we can
eatable,
get everything
stationery.
at our convenience, right? We all have such neighborhood shops, right? Some shops are permanent, but some shops are not permanent. The roadside stores like the dhabas which we have,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
Or we can
Ma'am,
say the
thela.
mechanic shops or the vegetable vendors. Okay. These
Ma'am, fruit vendors.
food vendors, right? These are the kind of
Ma'am, book vendors.
right? No, book
Yes,
vendors are
ma'am.
not having a like roadside stall. They have shops, right? Now let's talk about shopping complexes and malls. In this, we just have to see like the major thing which we have to read in this topic is the difference between a shopping complex and a mall.
And
What
mall.
is the basic difference about these two things?
Ma'am, I can read.
No, I'm just asking the
Ma'am,
difference.
what are you asking? Can you please ask again?
Do you know the difference between a shopping complex and a mall?
Ma'am, can I tell?
Yes.
Ma'am, in shops, there are means
I'm
there
not
are
asking about shops. No, Daksh. I'm asking about shopping complex and mall. Can you give me an example of each? An example of a shopping complex and an example of a mall.
shopping.
Ma'am, Market 99.
Very good. Market 99. And you can say this
Ma'am, Big Bazaar.
Sorry, ma'am.
Big Bazaar, Vishal.
Ma'am,
Mega
trends.
Mart.
Ma'am, trends.
Ma'am, it means ma'am malls.
Ma'am, lens card.
Ma'am, malls like
Phoenix
Mall.
Mall.
ma'am like
Ma'am,
select.
Ma'am, Phoenix
KFC.
Mall.
V-Mart.
Big Bazaar,
Ma'am, MC, Donald.
Flipkart.
Ma'am,
Trends. They are not
KFC.
shopping.
Ma'am,
Ma'am.
2.5.
McD.
Reliance
McDonald's.
Digital.
Ma'am, it is written in the book, ma'am.
Stop.
And KFC.
Trends also is an example.
Stop, everyone.
Ma'am,
KFC. Stop, everyone. I
Ma'am,
said.
shopping complex.
Ma'am,
Ma'am, Canada.
Right? So, Lenskart, KFC, they are not shopping complexes. They are simple shops, right? Shopping complexes are like Vishal Mega Mart, V Mart, right? These kinds of marts which offer
Yes, ma'am.
products under one roof. They are known as shopping complex, right? Where they have different shops
Urban
under one
areas.
roof. And in the shopping complex and malls as well, we find both branded and non-branded material. But if we see malls specifically, malls are those buildings which have several shops under one. It's like
Ma'am,
air
shops,
conditioning,
ma'am, like this, ma'am, like
which have several shops under one roof, right? And most of the shops are branded there. Like malls offer mostly branded articles. They rarely offer unbranded articles. Yes, Yash. That is the way.
Ma'am, like a
Yash has
Butler
spoken right
Plaza.
now. You could raise your hand and then speak instead of just uttering something while the other person is speaking. Yes, Yash.
Ma'am, like a Butler Plaza shopping
Butler
complex.
Plaza is a shopping complex, right? But then Butler Plaza again offers us mostly electronic stuff. But yes, we can call it a
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Daksh.
Ma'am, like KFC.
KFC again, and no, KFC is not a shopping complex. Are you going to shop at KFC?
No, ma'am, we eat.
It's
We
just
buy
a
and
eating
eat
outlet. It's
burger.
not a shopping complex. Yes, Daksh. Sorry, yes, Krishna.
Thing.
Ma'am means ma'am, but in the book, ma'am, it is written as shopping complexes are found in urban areas.
Yes, both shopping complexes and these are found in urban areas only. Shopping complexes and
Ma'am,
malls.
so how ma'am Vishal Mega Mart ma'am be a shopping complex?
Why? Where do you find Vishal Mega Marts in the villages?
No,
Then
no,
in
ma'am.
the shopping complex, the Vishal Mega Mart, you get clothes, you get eatables, you get electrical items, you get decorative items, everything under one roof.
My
Ma'am,
sports
we
item.
can collect kitchen item.
Yes, Sky.
ma'am, shopping complex like ma'am, Big Bazaar,
Yes, Big Bazaar.
ma'am, Bazaar India, like that.
Yes. Yes, Yash.
Vishal Mega Mart.
Ma'am, like a mega shop where we found ma'am
Mega shop.
lifestyle site. Ma'am,
Exactly.
Pantaloon also.
And we have only what, Siddharth? Pantaloons again is not a
Ma'am,
shopping
Pantaloons.
complex. No, it's just a shopping center. It's just a store. It's just a clothing store. We just get clothes only there. See, it's given here in the book. Now,
Ma'am,
the
Vishal
shopping.
Mega Mart.
Listen to me. Shopping, you can look here in the screen, on the screen and in your book as well. They have given us a definition of both of these. The shopping complexes are a cluster of shops within a defined area, right? They are those places which have n number of shops in a defined area, right? They are known as shopping complex, right? Whereas the urban areas also have seen a rise in the multi-storied, air-conditioned buildings where shops are found on each floor. They are known as shopping malls. This is the one major difference between these two things. Got it now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am,
Right.
malls like
For
ma'am, Phoenix.
example, Yash, I think,
I
said
mean,
that
there, ma'am.
big, like Butler Plaza, right? Yes, took the name of Butler Plaza. Now, Butler Plaza is nothing like Vishal Mega Mart, but still it is a shopping complex because it has cluster of shops in one defined area. In that area only we have n number of shops. We have flower shops, we have gadget shops, but we get n number of shops as well. So that is known as a shopping complex. But the air conditioned building which have given houses to which house different sort of brands under itself is known as a shopping mall. For example, Phoenix United, right? Or the
Yes,
Sahara,
ma'am.
right?
Ma'am, like ma'am, Domino's, like companies, ma'am, KFC, Burger King, ma'am, Pantaloons, everything there.
Everything
Ma'am,
is
MC
there.
Donald.
Right. Got it? So the
Ma'am,
shops in the
what
shopping
mall?
complexes and malls sell both branded and non-branded goods, but you'll notice that the malls as compared to the shopping complex sell more of branded items, right? In fact, the malls house a number of big showrooms of companies selling all kinds of goods, right? And they also use various sources of advertisements to promote their product, which we have just read in the previous chapter, right, kids?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So branded goods, again, we know we have this, or we have read this as well, that the branded goods are more priced as compared to the highly priced as compared to the non-branded goods because of the money invested in setting up such huge shops and advertisements. What do you think if Byju's have chosen Shah Rukh Khan as their brand ambassador? Is it Byju's who's paying to Shah Rukh Khan? No. He's paying to him from our money only, right? Isn't it?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
If he has taken Shah Rukh Khan as his brand ambassador, then all that money is somewhere taken from the customers itself, right? Okay, that's the reason the goods which we find at the
Yes,
mall
ma'am.
are always costlier as compared to the goods which we get from the makeshift or the weekly markets or the neighborhood markets, right? There.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, there's a chain of markets. Do you understand the meaning of chain of markets?
Ma'am, like ma'am, many shops, ma'am. I'm in a straight line.
Sorry. No, that's not it is. Chain of markets refers to, we know that products are first manufactured in a factory, then they come to
Mummy,
the
light on
wholesaler,
photo.
then the wholesaler sells them to the retailer, and then we purchase it from the retailers, right? So there are various steps of various people involved in the process, right? Isn't it? We do not go directly to the factory of dairy milk to get purchased dairy milk from. Do we go directly to the factory, children?
Yes, no, ma'am.
No,
Ma'am,
right?
we
We do
go
not
to
go.
man's shop.
We go to a neighborhood shop to purchase it from. Right, Sushant? Very quiet you are today. Are you there in the class? Has your class been hijacked today?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So yes. Right, we do not go to the factory to buy it from, we buy it from a retailer. Now, but we do not know where these retailers buy these goods from. So that's what we'll see. What is this chain of markets, how it goes on. So first we are going to talk about the wholesale traders. So see, children, the goods that are produced in the factories are first of all bought by traders known as wholesale traders, right? And
Yes,
one
ma'am.
more thing we have to take care of is that the wholesale traders picks up the goods from the factory or farm in bulk, right? As we know that the fruits, vegetables are produced in the farms, whereas things like dairy milk, biscuits, or and other things are manufactured in factories, right? So, but we do not go directly to these farms or factories. There are wholesalers.
मम्मी क्लास चल रही है.
There are wholesalers who go to these factories and purchase things in bulk. Right, Krishna? Right, Krishna? Okay.
Yes.
So, yeah, these people purchase things in bulk. Who purchase things in bulk from the factories?
Ma'am, you have told in offline classes in wholesalers, if
From
we buy
wholesale
from
traders.
wholesalers, it will less cost.
Hanji?
Ma'am, a bunch of ma'am things, ma'am, from
Yes,
the retailers,
obviously,
ma'am.
beta. But the
Wholesalers.
thing is that
And then
but the problem is
and they
that
ma'am sell in our shop.
yes. Okay.
Ma'am.
Sky. Yes, Daksh.
You have told in option like we buy from wholesalers, so it will be less cost.
Exactly, because wholesalers sell the things to the retailers, and obviously the retailers are buying it at less cost. Only then they'll be selling it up. No, they also have to keep their margin, right? But the wholesalers won't sell directly to us because since the wholesaler buy in bulk, they also sell the products in bulk. They don't sell one or two quantity of a product. No, right? They sell in bulk. They sell the things in bulk, entire lot of it, right? So this is one problem. So the wholesaler dealing in grains would pick up grains in quintals and not in a few kilos, right?
Yes,
For
ma'am.
example, if he's selling chocolate,
Godams.
if he's selling chocolates, then he will purchase chocolates big cartons, not single chocolates, right? Or 3 to 5
Ma'am,
chocolates.
5-6 box, ma'am, for each selling
Exactly,
patch.
right? And they store these products in large quantities in their godowns, right? We know what godowns are.
Yes, ma'am, where the goods are ma'am
Goods
stayed.
are stored, right? Right. Good. So these wholesale traders for all kinds of goods, they are like this. They are all wholesalers for all kinds of goods, like starting from the grains we eat to the electronical gadgets we purchase, clothes we buy. Everything is a wholesale market of each and every product, right? Okay.
Yes,
Like
ma'am.
Delhi is said to be
Yes,
hub of
ma'am.
wholesale market. You might have seen the people who have shop in
Yes,
Delhi.
ma'am.
They
Ma'am,
go
I
to
lived
Delhi
2 years,
to buy
and
just
I
from.
ma'am daily go on Sunday and buy one toy.
Right. Okay. So next we have retailers.
Ma'am.
Retailers are the people who purchase goods from the wholesalers and they sell it directly to the consumers, like me and you. Whom do we purchase goods from? We purchase goods from
Retailers.
retailers. Well done, Sushant, right?
Retailer.
retailer.
Yes, these retailers buy goods to sell at their own shop. These shops can be the neighborhood shops, the shops in the complex, or the weekly shops, right? And it is from the retailers that the final customers buy the goods. Is it clear? Yeah,
Yes, ma'am. Easy. No, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not taking up reading in this chapter, beta, because we
Yes,
know
ma'am.
we have just today and tomorrow.
Ma'am,
to
because
finish the
this is
syllabus. And from Monday we have to begin the revision anyhow. Okay.
ma'am, this is last chapter.
There's one more.
No, 11 striving for equality.
Right. Now, in recent times, the availability of technology has now put the markets on different footing, right? Now we don't need to go to the market to purchase things. Now everything is just one click away. You can take up your phone
E-shopping,
and you can do online shopping, right?
like Flipkart, Amazon.
Ma'am,
Exactly.
ONLIN.
Online shopping, right? All things available to us. But you are very well versed with the online shopping stuff. But there's one more kind of shopping you might have seen at times, like we have seen in advertisement chapter, people come for surveys at our home. Similarly, people also come to our home to sell few products. Have you seen something? Right?
Sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? They come to our
Yes,
home,
ma'am.
they show us the product, they show us the demo of the product, and then they
Yes,
charge
ma'am.
us
Survey,
for
ma'am.
that. Isn't it?
Yes, ma'am. Like survey.
Yes, like they are known as sales representatives. What do we call these people?
Sales representative.
Right, they have to basically do the sale of it, right? They come to they purchase the products from the manufacturers from a company and they directly come to the users, right? For example, we have seen very many sales representatives who come to our house and demonstrate and they say,
Ma'am, only yesterday, ma'am, one lady come to ma'am Clinic Plus for Clinic Plus.
exactly, like they keep coming. Similarly, there are medical representatives, MRs whom we call. They do what? They go to the doctors to show them the medicines which their company produces and they try to convince the doctor so that he will advise his patients to use those medicines, right? So these people are known as
Yes, ma'am.
medical representatives. MR you might have heard of. Have you heard of MRs? Okay, if you haven't heard, they are known as medical representatives.
Ma'am, what?
Medical representatives. Medical representatives are the people who are selling their medicines to the doctors, like who are trying to convince the doctors so that the doctors will advise the patients to use those medicines only, right? You might have seen that only one medicine comes with different brand names. If we talk about paracetamol only, so paracetamol also comes with different names, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now let's talk
Yes,
about
ma'am.
buying and selling in different markets, right? Okay, we got to know
Yes,
that
ma'am.
we do purchase things from retailers, retailer purchase it from wholesalers, but we don't know where these markets are, right? We don't know where the wholesaler buys or the market or from where the retailer buys. We don't always know, right? We only see the final product and we buy the product at our own convenience, whether it is convenient for us to buy from neighborhood shop, from the weekly market, or from any other form of market. But children, we know that people have different buying capacity because they have unequal income. Everybody in our country is not earning the same, right? Some people are earning a lot, some people are earning medium, and some people are not able to even earn enough to have 2 times of me, right? So a person who's earning around 10,000 per month, do you think that person has the buying potential of to purchase an iPhone? Tell me, if a person
Ma'am,
is
what?
earning 10,000 per month, will that person be able to buy a 1,50,000 rupees phone?
Ma'am,
No, ma'am.
Not at all,
ma'am,
right?
yes.
Yes.
Because if he's earning 10,000 per month, then his yearly income only is 1,20,000. Then how will he? No. How
Ma'am,
will
we want to, ma'am, spend
buy for
her.
something? Right? So that is what they're trying to say, that buyers buy products that fits well within their income. So a person who's earning 10,000 per month will buy a phone of around 5 to 6,000, right? Or 7,000 per se, not more than that. Similarly, the sellers also earn profits unequally. Just like the buyers, everybody is not earning the same kind of margin, right? If we talk about the sellers in the weekly market, are they earning as much profits as the people earning in the malls?
No, ma'am.
No, right?
Nope.
To bargain
Ma'am,
with
at
each
all.
other. For example, let's take the example of any brand. Like let's take the example of Sabyasachi. Have you heard of Sabyasachi?
Yeah.
No, ma'am.
Yes.
Oh,
Ma'am,
Yes,
some,
Yes,
some.
ma'am.
ma'am.
Manish,
ma'am,
have you
Sabyasachi.
heard of the
Ma'am,
designer?
can you tell?
Ma'am, fashion
Sabyasachi is a
designer.
brand. Okay, it's a clothing brand, and it sells like very expensive. Like one of the lehengas range is around 8 to 10 lakhs, the basic range. Okay, that's how expensive it is. A belt of Sabyasachi costs around 8 to 10,000 minimum. I'm telling you, right? That's how expensive this brand is. So we know, like, and whereas if we go to a local market, we can get a belt at around 200 rupees, 2 to 250.
Yes, ma'am.
So you see
Ma'am,
the
Yes, ma'am.
difference, 300, whatever it is. So that is the difference there is, right? Some people are earning very less, some people are earning way too more profits, and it depends
Mummy, like,
upon the money which they're investing. The more you invest, the more profit you will get.
mummy, light
Right.
close कर दो एक.
Okay, is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubts?
Ma'am, finish
ma'am.
chapter.
Ma'am,
So chapter is done. We'll do the exercises, right?
Ma'am,
And only
easy.
we'll
Syllabus
do only
khatam.
D part and only 2 questions of E part. F part we are not going to do this chapter.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Now let's do the
Ma'am, exercise.
multiple choice quickly, right? Weekly markets are dash markets.
Makeshift.
Very good,
Permanent.
Krishna. What?
Ma'am, makeshift.
So,
Ma'am, I
Ma'am.
think makes it.
Right.
Yes, ma'am,
Right
makeshift.
suggestion,
Makeshift.
Krishna. Makeshift is the correct answer.
Thank you, ma'am.
Next is the retailers buy goods from
wholesalers.
Ma'am, wholesaler.
Wholesalers.
Ma'am, wholesale.
goods like vegetables and
अरे
fruits.
बैल बज रही है.
Krishna, what is wrong with you, beta? What is
Oh,
wrong?
ma'am, sorry, ma'am. My,
And farm.
ma'am, मम्मी से.
Okay, so goods
Goods
like
like-
vegetables and fruits are produced at
Sorry, ma'am.
Farms.
farms.
Yes,
Right?
ma'am.
Ma'am,
Bargaining is not possible in dash
Shopping
Shopping
malls.
Shopping
Shopping
malls.
malls.
right? The profit earned by each type of market varies because of the dash made by the sellers and
Effort.
by the-
Sale.
Effort.
Sale. Sale.
Sale.
Effort.
what made by the sellers. Investment
Ma'am,
made by
sale.
the sellers. Investment.
Sale.
No.
Oh.
Investment.
Ma'am, all are.
Investment is the correct option. Okay.
Ma'am.
Now,
Yes, ma'am.
next
Yes,
is
ma'am.
sellers of food items in the weekly market prepare them with the help of their
Family members.
very good Krishna
Remember.
family members. Next
Ma'am,
is
please wait. Yes, ma'am.
Dash house a number of big showrooms of companies selling all kinds of goods.
Malls.
Shopping
Malls.
malls or malls. Next is the neighborhood shops often give goods to their regular customers
Ma'am, credit on credit.
on credit, right? Like for example, if you have a neighboring shop, right? At times, even you don't have cash, you can just go and get stuff from them, and they just write it in the diary or in a note or in a
Yes,
register.
ma'am.
By the end of the month, they prepare the bill, like
Ma'am,
how
in
much
Hindi,
things you have
udhar.
taken on credit,
Yes, ma'am.
and then we just pay it off. Simple. That is what a credit means. Udhar.
Ma'am, in
Right?
Hindi, ma'am, udhar.
Yes. Very good, Sky. Next is the most useful goods are found in the
Mines.
mine.
Ma'am,
No, we're talking about
Yes, ma'am.
markets.
ma'am, shops, market. Market.
Ma'am, shopping mall.
Ma'am, market.
Which market?
Ma'am, shopping complex.
The things that we use
Ma'am, mall.
in, I think neighborhood markets, because we get everyday use.
Ma'am, stores.
We can write neighborhood markets or the weekly markets as well, because everyday things needs we get everyday need things we get from there only. Done.
The dhaba.
Next, the dhaba falls in the category of
Restaurant.
it can be a neighborhood shop or a roadside stall, because roadside stall is is an example of neighborhood stall only, like neighborhood shop.
And
Done,
roadside
children?
stalls.
Roadside stall.
Ma'am, what is the answer of second?
Second, mall beta.
What
Okay.
is the answer or fourth and fifth one of in the blank?
Fourth is neighborhood market, and dhaba can be an example of roadside stall.
Yes, ma'am.
Fifth one is
Hanji.
fifth one is
Fifth one is roadside stall.
Ma'am, neighborhood it is.
Hanji.